Hello drummers, welcome to Tim Connolly Drums. Today we are in my garage, we're at my practice kit, and we're going to learn about the Moeller Technique. We're going to revisit the Moeller Technique. Every once in a while, I like to always revisit the foundational techniques that make us great drummers, okay? So with the Moeller Technique, I'm going to focus on what's called middle molar and lower molar, okay? So let's just talk about the Moeller stroke first of all. Augustus Moeller is the inventor of the stroke. He invented it by watching Civil War drummers and also being taught by Civil War drummers about getting power in their stroke, because they had to march these soldiers to war and to battle, and they had to be loud. So we have an accented stroke with the Moeller. That's the foundational stroke. What happened was a man by the name of Jim Chaplin, the great Jim Chaplin, he was Augustus Moeller's best student. And what Jim did was he took the Moeller stroke in its infancy, so to speak, and developed it and made it a mature thing. So high Moeller, which is a whipping motion and it's very high, is what the foundational stroke is and where it comes from. Very high strokes like this. And that is from Augustus Moeller and the marching. What Jim did was he thought of a whip. And when you have a whip and you throw the whip, it flows like this and then it strikes at the finish point. So what Jim did was he took our arm with the stick in the hand and pretended that it was like a whip. So think of a whipping motion when you do the Moeller stroke, okay? Now I'm going to give you the foundational breakdown, and then I'm going to give you some exercises to get this Moeller stroke happening. Okay, first things first, I'm going to do this in match grip, even though it was originally done in traditional grip, but we're going to do it in match grip because more drummers play in match grip. So basically, we're going to take our arm, we're going to put it out so that the stick is at this angle here, so 3 o'clock. Then you take the stick like this, upside down, make sure it's really loose in your hand, and then we're going to come around and do a whipping motion. So from here to here to here, and we get the whip, and it's quite powerful. Now you'll notice that it's generating from here. This is the whipping motion. So we've got the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and later on the fingers involved in this technique. Okay? Now, that's high molar, which I'm not going to really focus a lot on. We're going to focus more on middle molar. So middle molar is this whipping motion. Stick weighs 1,000 pounds. It's like you got a string on your wrist here. Create this motion. That's the motion we're talking about. So when we actually strike the drum, the stick goes down because it weighs 1,000 pounds. We've got the bent wrist. We've got the arm coming out. And there's the whip. Ton of power. Popular exercise is the Moeller triplets. So you're going to go Moeller, tap, tap, Moeller, tap, tap, Moeller, tap, tap. So you can see the whip, follow followed by the tap. So it's whip motion, 2 taps. Now, to really get this exercise down, do your molar, do a tap, then the last tap, or the second tap, is a tap that sets up the next molar stroke. Notice how the elbow comes in to create that whip. Okay? So that's middle molar. I use middle molar a lot. Okay? So that's middle molar. Now let's talk about low molar. So middle molar, you're about here, stick weighs 1,000 pounds, and you got the bent wrist. Low molar is very similar, except it's much tighter to the drum. So the motion is a lot tighter motion. Before we get to the motion, let's talk about grip. Jim Chaplin was asked, how tightly do you hold the sticks? Well, first of all, you don't hold them tightly at all. Jim would say, pretend that there's a bird in your hand, a small bird. If you squeeze too tightly, you're going to crush the bird. If you don't close your hand tightly enough, the bird's going to fly away. So it's this middle ground, okay? So you have to see my other videos on about holding the drumsticks. We're not going to get into that today because this is strictly a molar video. But when you're doing the molar stroke, you've got this very loose grip, but do not do this, the caveman I call it, where you're really tense, okay? You want to be as loose as possible and relaxed. So another exercise that's really great is 16th notes. Okay, now low molar. So what's happening is, same idea, much tighter whip. Your movement is also much tighter to your body. You're still using that arm motion. It's still there, but it's a lot tighter, as you can see. 8th notes. Okay, triplets. Sixteenth notes. Now you'll notice that there's a flow that takes place and there's movement in the fingers. So I'm doing a throw, and then after I do that molar stroke, basically the molar is done. After that, it's taps. But I'm setting up with the molar to do those tap strokes. Okay, so basically that's Moeller and exercises on the pad. Single strokes, individual singles. If you just want to use a Moeller stroke, but usually it's used in conjunction, like 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And you'll see the motion is a pumping motion, and it's tight. So let's do this flowing 8th note, triplet, 16th note, Moeller, Jim Chaplin exercise. And then we'll move on to how I use it in a groove. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplets, 1, 2, 3, triplet, 4, triplet. Sixteenth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. All right, let's move on to applying this to a groove. Okay. Now, as a groove, how do we use the Moeller as a groove? Well, one of the things that I do is I use a Moeller and a tap from playing 8th note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's that Moeller tap thing that I talked about. And you'll notice the motion, it's the same as when we're doing it and we're playing rolls and stuff on the pad. And you'll notice that wrist and flow motion. A little quicker, we tighten the motion up. So, we got that motion for 8th notes. Triplets. Same idea. I'm leaning into the downbeat. So it's Moeller tap tap. Sixteenth notes. Okay, now for hand-to-hand stickings, one, two, three, four. So that's all on the downbeat. Let's put it on the upbeat. So Moeller on the and. 1, 2, 3, 4. okay? So you can downbeat it, upbeat it. You can also put it on the E. And the So there's many places that you can put it, obviously. And the accent is always that whipping motion. And everything else to create a nice sound is on top. If it's constant tension and, I don't know, just sloppy playing, in my opinion, you want to have it offbeat. Four, a one, a two, a three, a four, a one. Here's the The E. You can also do two of them. So you can go, say you're playing this, 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, a 2, 3, a 4. So the Moeller is extremely useful. Of course, I use it on all the drums. I use it for all my accent strokes, and it truly is amazing. Paradiddle, double paradiddle, triple, paradiddle diddle. Can be used everywhere. I love the Moeller stroke, taught to me by Dom Famularo, of course. If anyone knows me and knows my channel, they know it. I never fail to mention and give credit to my teachers. I always give credit to teachers, Jim Chaplin, Dom Famularo, Joe Morello.
And pump it this way. It's incredible to see and feel how that works for you. How you apply this on the drum kit is endless.
And other great teachers that have really laid down the foundations for all these amazing things. So, thank you very much for watching. Join me soon. I'm going to do a live stream soon. I haven't done one in quite some time. I'm also going to be doing a drum reaction video, which I also haven't done for a long time. So join me very soon. I want to thank all my new subscribers because I've got a fair number of them. I have a lot of new students and I know that a lot of them are subscribing. If you're one of my students and you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button because everything that we do in our lessons is always going to be on my channel. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And as always, keep drumming. See ya.
Hi, I'm Dom Famularo, and I'm very excited to talk about Tim Connolly. What a fantastic student, teacher, and musician. As a student, he has studied with me, and it's been extremely exciting to have him come down to my studio. And then we've done continued lessons on Skype where he lives in Canada. This is so exciting that we have the internet to help us with 21st century learning. Tim has learned all the different styles. We've worked on the Billy Gladstone finger techniques, the George Lawrence Stone's wrist and rebound techniques, and of course the Sanford Moeller whipping technique, which Tim has down so very well. This is important to understand this here because Tim, as a teacher, is teaching this stuff out of his home. He's got a great studio. And what's fantastic about it is I've been able to do some master classes with him to meet many of his students via the internet. This is so exciting and huge. Only out of the mind of Tim could he pull this off and have this kind of fun. I think you would have great lessons with him. Sit down, learn the material, get excited about it, play drums, and I look forward to someday to doing some master classes and seeing you in those classes. Thanks so much. I'll see you real soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.